So here we came to state the problem. Imagine of a situation where you have a lot of work to do due to the demanding issues of the day. You are at work, and maybe you have a relative who is sick or a child, even yourself you're sick, and you're not quite sure of when you're supposed to meet the health specialist. So, and all of a sudden you ask for permission, you go to meet the doctor, then or to find such a long queue of patients also waiting. Yet you have to meet this thing within the urgent means of time. So what are we trying to do? This is the challenge that Rwanda is facing in the health sector, and we look at the target market, who are mainly the patients that are following the challenge, and those are, according to the survey that we did with effect from last year in July, we found that 32,400 Rwandans fall sick every day in Rwanda. And we have 540 patients, quite a small, 540 health centers in Rwanda, quite a small number. So we come up with a solution of developing an application, a uniform system where people will be able to leverage on laptops, on mobile cell phones, and even on smartphones with the invention of technology that has come, so that they can schedule appointments to meet doctors that are available according to the doctor's schedule online, so that you can plan to meet a doctor and you are able to see different health insurances that that health center or hospital itself works with. Additionally, like, why are we using the SSD code? This will be able to be utilized by people who cannot access internet. Those who have got the so-called Kardashian phones, who are not, these which are not smartphones, and those that have got smartphones, because they are able to utilize internet, they will be able to leverage on the platform and schedule appointments, as well as those who could be having their laptops. Of course, you can access our website and schedule. A strategic plan, first of all, we are going to work with the Ministry of Health. We have already started this. Pending back to how we're making the survey, we met with the Honorable Minister of Health and we discussed this issue. We found that they have a platform where they can share medical data itself, but they haven't come up with this solution. And they said that will be very fine. They are able to offer research space for us to try our application, and this will be helping us to scale into the market itself of patients that we have presented to you with the data, and they'll be able to use the application through our collaboration with the Ministry of Health. So to schedule an appointment itself, it will cost only 50 Rwandan francs. Only 50 Rwandan francs. For any patient who will be scheduling an appointment to meet a health specialist, it will be costing them 50 Rwandan francs.
So we decided this price not based on how short it is, but based also on the suggestion from Minister of Health, because she also wants that every patient can be able to afford our service.
I just wanted to know, who is your client?
Our main client, they are patients. Thank you. Our main clients, they are patients, people who always fall sick. Those are our main clients. And those are the people we are looking at that will be using the application at their utility.
So the sick people are the ones that are going to pay 50 Rwandan francs to schedule. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yes.
So that's how you plan on making your money, through this 50 Rwandan francs that sick people are going to pay, in addition to the cost that they will incur when they go to the hospital, right?
Sure.
My concern is, what if, in your strategic plan, you mentioned that you are, first of all, going to work with the Ministry of Health. And my concern is, what might happen if the ministry is delaying the process? And what is your pivot strategy for you to do this on your own without necessarily partnering with the Ministry of Health? Have you thought about this, or you just want to focus your attention on working with the Ministry of Health? All these
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Of course, that's a very nice question. Of course, we had thought about this, but during the period when we were doing our research, we happened to know that this was also a chain that the ministry would support. That was also another advantage. So without the Ministry of Health, how can we work? First and foremost, it is an ecosystem used by public hospitals and these private hospitals. Like any other business operating in Rwanda, of course, shall be registered and shall be allowed to operate. And through collaborating with, first of all, the public hospitals themselves, of course, they'll be able to work with us. We shall be, for a beginning of time, because we cannot just reach anywhere at that immediate instant, we shall be working with certain hospitals. As the process goes on, people are utilizing the application, they are getting to know it more, and we shall be expanding to show the impact of how it is working. That is one. And that's the main point that
what makes you money? Interest fees, they pay. Also, we sell stands and they pay.
I'm clearly Somtoni Wase. I'm in fourth year civil engineering, University of Rwanda, Huye campus, and I'm one of the contestants in African Business Idea Club. I came here with my idea called Rwanda Safe Water Ceramic Filter, a water purification system. That is my project is a concern about lower class and middle class to have a sustainable community. That community must have access to safe drinking water.
Africa Business Idea Cup is something that our chairman wanted to push. And the reason why is because when he came and traveled to Africa, he saw opportunity. But to unleash these opportunities, you need a support system. And that support system wasn't there. So he did ABIC as a way to enter the market, be a new player who can be an investor and support youth in reaching new endeavors. Our focus is mostly as IT. Why? Because we're a large IT company focused in Japan. In terms of my personal role, what I bring to the team is that after living and working in Japan, I understand the mindset over there. But being raised in Haiti, I can also understand how it feels for someone who is outside coming into an environment that is not their own. And how it is from the perspective of someone living in the country to have a foreigner just come in and tell them what to do. So the helicopter expert. So this is where I wanted to avoid it as much as possible. So DMM wanted me to join the organization to help guide the team to avoid crowding out local players. So if we're in Rwanda, this is where we want to work with KLab. We want to work with FabLab. We want to work with the government to add value to the pool that's already here, to help entrepreneurs grow, not create an environment where we crowd out all of the other players and then let's say our venture, ABIC, doesn't succeed, we leave and we leave a big vacuum behind. So the goal for me is to really analyze the environment, see what the environment has to offer and what it's missing. And that lack is what DMM.Africa wants to offer to Kenya, to Rwanda, to Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Tanzania. If it succeeds, then we can extend it to all of Africa because Africa is 54 countries. It's one continent, but it's not one country. People always tend to forget that. It's 54 different countries, multiple different tribes, and different cultures. So we have to move very carefully because we're a foreigner entering an environment that is not ours.
We are also targeting NGOs for their need of raising awareness. So these are also Epaulette for Peace Foundation, and these numbers are faces. We worked with. Also, we have 70% of the youth in our country, and you know we have a sophisticated generation. Everyone is passionate about something. They want the name of their idols to be engraved on their things. Also, fan clubs. You know how fan clubs want to express their passion by putting the logos of their teams on their staffs. So we are also targeting them. And we are also targeting individuals who are in need of like customized gifts.
Thank you for your presentation. It's an interesting business. We understand the business, people want to personalize, and I wanted to know, of all those products you showed us, what is your biggest seller? within your shop?
You mean like the most selling product?
Yes.
It's branding, because we are partnering with TK Investment. So it's a big company. They make deals with big companies. They bring in like promotional items. So we engrave on different, like recently we were branding on GTC Africa. It's a new company in the country. They're bringing a lot of products to brand on their logos and their business name. So mostly it's branding, like branding for businesses.
Choosing the countries has been a selection based on the partners that we work with, because DMM.Africa has no footing in Africa at all. So this is where Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe were the places where our partners are heavily located. However, Rwanda is special. Special in the sense that it's a bit harder to get in because of visa restrictions and so on, but the environment is very focused on IT. Being landlocked, there are no ports really where you can bring items into Rwanda very easily. So Rwanda has to find a way to differentiate itself. It's located very centrally in the African continent, so you have access to almost everywhere, which means that the people who are in Rwanda, if you place a base over here, you can influence different individuals in different areas. So as a starting base, Rwanda is a wonderful place to start. We came into Kenya at first, but then as a base, if you look at what's going on, if you're trying to understand the environment, this is where Rwanda proves to be a very, very good marker of the environment in Africa.
So we are looking for investment, and we go into hot stamping, into foil stamping, into other extended branding technology, because our country is empowering the made in Rwanda, so we are really in need of branding. So we are really trying to see if we can upgrade and bring more in branding.
So where do you see yourself in 2 years?
In 2 years, we want to have this factory that is having a branding solution, because we have a need in Rwanda of branding. So we want in 2 years to be a branding solution for Rwanda.
Yeah, and how much money are you looking at raising? How much do you want in investment?
For now, we are making research on different machines that can do more extended branding. So for now, we ordered the other machine that is $850, and another machine that can do hot foil stamping. It's
for you to operate at full capacity, how much?
5,000 USD.
Because they have a lot of client and customer and a lot of connection with the factory of paper bag. Rwanda country, you know, in Rwanda, most paper bag imported from the Kenya. We can't make a lot in our service country. So we will start to the making Rwanda factory. And usually also focus on the environment, making recycle system of the paper bag.
Financial reporting standards in order for them to get a credit from bank.
Of their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the presentation.
30,000 francs per hour doesn't feel cheap to me.
Schemes or irrigation schemes currently used. Those are the machine using fuel or electricity or solar system.
Expand, with the business depending on what's trending in the market. So if you had to invest one more day, they use the application for one more day, so you can see the projection of the income.
Okay, VugaPay was born from the mobile money. From the mobile money platform. So we are basically adding value to the mobile money industry. So when you take a look at 95% of Africa is unbanked, 2% of Africans own a smartphone, and traditional wire transfers are expensive. So mobile money is heavily limited to same network, and yes, heavily limited to same network. So VugaPay is a payment gateway. So let's look at the market opportunity. So according to GSMA, in about 2014, there was about 75 million mobile money registered across the globe. And in 2015, that was about 300 million mobile money accounts registered. So if you take a look at this map, you see where there's lack of interoperability. Where you see there's a star, that's in Kenya. That's where mostly M-Pesa is enabling interoperability. But when you take a look at in Uganda or in some other countries, there's Orange Telecom, there's some other telecoms which are not interoperating with other telecoms because there's the fear to share revenues with existing telecoms. So this is basically the platform. As you can see, the user interface is basically very simple. It takes about 30 seconds to make a transaction. So why VugaPay? With VugaPay, you can send money within 8 African countries. That's Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, DRC, Congo, Malawi, Zambia, and Niger. So the good thing about VugaPay, why VugaPay? When you send money to another mobile money user, the receiver doesn't have to have a smartphone, which means you can send money from your smartphone to a feature phone. Yeah. So with VugaPay, it's a wallet. How you add money to your existing wallet, you can use mobile money, PayPal, or Visa. You just take your credit card, insert in all the information, and your money is directly added to your account.
So you said something that's very important, which is exposure. The more exposure people in Rwanda get, the more exposure entrepreneurs get, the more you have this knowledge base that's expanding. So the people who are succeeding here are case studies that other people can look at. So if you have one of our participants that said VugaPay, if he succeeds, then someone can sit down and look at the business plan that we help him create, look at the progress he did, and emulate the same thing in their own personal activities.
So let's take a look at the business model. Yeah. So the business model, we have 5 models. That's commission, cross-border and cross-network. There's an API. So this API it's mainly facilitating young businesses and developers to receive mobile money payments. You take a look, for example, if a developer wants to receive mobile money payments, has to go to MTN, to Tigo, to Airtel to integrate with their systems. So we came up with an innovation where we could create an API which will enable a developer just to integrate 4 lines of code and to receive all the transfers from all the 3 telecoms. Not in fact the 3 telecoms in Rwanda, you can also receive payments within the 8 countries we are operating in. So let's take a look at the competition. Yeah, the competition. Okay, there's Limit Uganda, it's in Uganda. There's MyPega, it's in Nigeria, and there's SimbaPay. SimbaPay, it's operating in Kenya and Nigeria. So we take a look at these business models. The services we are providing, they don't provide cross-network, and we do. Cross-border, they don't, and business API, they don't. Or Bitcoin is up. Okay, they don't provide PayPal. Limit Uganda provides it, and SimbaPay provides that.
My team always says, Stefan, you're never satisfied. And my idea is because if I'm satisfied, then that means I'm happy and content what's going on. But if you always want more, you have this thirst for pushing more, this is where you get this passion and this drive. So for this event, it's the beginning, but it's the beginning again. So I'm looking already what's going to happen in the future to make this event bigger, get the pool of participants to be an even larger pool, get the people to come in to really dive into their issues and get expert panelists to come in. So that's the vision that I see. Is it a good start? Yes. Why? Because we succeeded to start the process itself, but it's only the beginning. So I don't want people to think that, yes, we succeeded and we're done. It's only the beginning. We have to keep on moving forward. So that's the reason why I see this only as the beginning, and we have, together with the people in Rwanda, figure out what they want and push this initiative forward. There might come a time where this initiative is no longer needed, and people are going to say it's a shame, but if this initiative is no longer needed, that means that through this initiative and other players, we were able to create an environment in Rwanda where entrepreneurship is so vibrant that you don't really need an event to expose these people anymore. And that's a good goal to reach.
I really like the concept of VugaPay.
Thank you.
I mean, it's I've had challenges. Of course, somebody has Tigo Cash. I have mobile money. I cannot send them money, so I have to have a Tigo number. Say. But I'm interested in the reason of the company in itself is based on the fact that they are not interoperable. All these mobile money systems are not sending to each other. So, if I may ask, what if the telecom companies decide, oh, actually, let's do it? What happens then for VugaPay?
Okay, actually, that's you take a look at, for example, Tigo interoperated with Airtel, can send from Tigo to Airtel. But basically what we are doing is you take a look at the mobile money industry, MTN, Tigo, Airtel, they use their platform via USSD. They don't provide an online solution whereby anyone within the world can connect to their mobile money industry. If you take a look, for example, you go to Europe and you try to access mobile money services, you just want to send, let's say, 500 for someone here in Rwanda or within 8 countries. You can't, because you are going to dial the short code for the teleco and they will tell you the service is not provided. So with VugaPay, you can access mobile money services in any country you are in. I give you an example of my brother, who was Chris from France. He came and withdrew $50 from his ATM, from an ATM account using his French credit card. So after he was charged $50, he withdrew 50 and was charged $4 for withdrawing. So I told him, actually, let's try out VugaPay. You withdraw $50 from your wallet and you see how much we're going to charge you. And we charged $0.50 to withdraw 50. So this system, basically, it's connecting all the people outside Africa to the mobile money system here in Africa, which the telecos are not doing. So basically our system was born from the mobile money industry. We are just adding value to the mobile money platform.
So being a hero doesn't mean you're sung by everyone, your face is everywhere. Being a hero means in your local community, you were able to cause some sort of change that's positive. So the goal of this competition is to help create that change by helping raise the platform and giving people different tools and the ability to have pretty much models that they can emulate. And that's where the exposure becomes very important. And that's the main goal of this competition, is to expose those really good ideas and get this flow of information going.
For them to come to join us in Africa in order to improve our idea of our project. I have to thank for them. So what the recommendation I want to give them, they have to add the time they use in a competition, because it is better for us to explain our idea.
And even though maybe you might not get a chance to be the finalist today, don't give up. Consider this as a base to build your business and learn from it. Always seek help. Always seek what we call the devil's advocates, people who can criticize your idea, not just say, oh, this is a great idea, but people who can help you, mentor you. And I think that within a short span of time, you'll be able to develop your business into something viable, your idea into something viable. So DMM Africa is still relatively new, even though DM.com is a very established business in Japan. And our aim is not to come here and crowd the space. We don't intend to do competition with the local players. Rather, through competitions like this, we are looking to partner up, collaborate with local entrepreneurs and develop the idea not only into a business that's going to be successful in Rwanda, but the whole of Africa and even the world.
Thank you very much. As an organizer, I'm very impressed your innovative ideas, your passions, everything. And today, only 2 teams will be selected for Tanzania. But what's important for entrepreneur is knowledge, experience, and passion. So I think if you cannot be selected today, I believe you have a big potential and the possibility to be a big businessman in your future. So I'm very looking forward to seeing you in the business field, and I'm very I have to appreciate for all sponsors and all applicants and all audience today. Thank you very much.
It wasn't an easy process, of course. Many good ideas passed in front of us, and we had to make tough decisions about who goes on to the finals. So this is the semi-final in Rwanda. So the winners of today will go to Tanzania. Vuga Pay with Patrick Muhire. You can come up and...
Mr. Patrick Muhire from Vuga Pay is the first winner. A big applause to him.
Yes. And the second winner is Kipepeo Kids with Priscilla.
Priscilla is the second winner. A big clap for her.
Congratulations. So guys, another round of applause for the 2 winners going to the finals in Tanzania. All right.
Good afternoon once again. Actually, I'm so happy to win this. I didn't expect it. Actually, my elder brother had a marriage ceremony. He's getting married. So I told him I couldn't make it. I had to be here. So he understood, and if I take this award to him, he's going to be more impressed.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't so prepared. Thank you very much to the judges and whoever thought I deserved this. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. And to everyone else, keep it up. You also make it something.
Maybe the competition is coming back next year, so keep polishing your presentations as well.
It's Mwira Patrick. I'm so happy to have won this award. I'm looking forward to a good pitch event via in Tanzania to also take the finals of this competition. I'm going to represent Vuga Pay, which is a payment gateway which is facilitating cross-network and cross-border mobile money services for unbanked individuals here in Africa. What I'm taking to the finals is a finished, unique product which is fully polished with services which are going to change the way of the mobile money industry. For example, we have developed an API which is going to facilitate businesses and developers to be receiving mobile money payments. We're also allowing our wallet to be paying more services like buying in shops, paying for a taxi, receiving credit cards payments via using a credit card reader. I think our solution is going to win to the finals because of the products which I've mentioned.
So the main message I would say is take the first step. The beauty of being young means you can make any mistakes that you want and they'll come at a low cost. However, as you get older, you do gain more experience, but making those mistakes come at a heavier cost. So when young, make mistakes early, move a lot, try a lot, and learn a lot. The reason is simple. If you succeed, then you have yourself a new business, a new initiative. If you fail, these experiences are going to be things that you can use as a platform to move to the next step. So my idea is start something. Let it be small, let it be big, but start something.